Meet Amy. As we watch Amy's story unfold from adolescence to adulthood, there are many instances where the Be Nice action plan is used. Follow along.
My life began with a happy childhood in a small town in western Michigan. I was a straight-A student with aspirations and plenty of friends. I didn't expect it to happen to me, but abruptly at age 15, I began suffering from unexplained chronic severe pain. As a sophomore in high school, I was diagnosed with anxiety, major depression, and obsessive-compulsive disorder. I felt embarrassed, scared, and alone. My diagnosis was a secret, and it took all of my energy to put on the mask of a normal persona at school. I lost my ability to be as active as I once was, and it took me 5 years to complete high school because the medications I needed to manage my illnesses caused several side effects, including extreme fatigue. Through all of this, I had one friend who stayed in contact with me and called me most days I missed school. I'll never forget her for that. I was left behind as my peers graduated and went to college. As they started new chapters in their lives, I felt that I was at a dead end. I was forced to give up my dream for college and a career. I couldn't see light at the end of the tunnel. My own brain had become my worst enemy. I couldn't trust it. It plagued me with hallucinations, paranoia, obsessive thoughts, irrational fear, and suicidal ideations. It all became too much. Despite treatment and a supportive family, I made attempts to take my own life in my early 20s. I did not want to die. I just wanted the suffering to end and my mind to be at peace. Following the attempts, I went through a few psychiatric hospital stays and a trial and error period for medications that really took its toll. I experienced side effects including sleepiness, dry mouth, weight gain, and noticeable tremors. My hopes would be dashed every time a new medicine was not effective for me. Nothing was working. I felt like a failure. I couldn't attend school or keep a job. The smallest task took so much effort. It felt like I was sprinting on a treadmill at full speed, yet there was no forward movement. I held on for dear life, trying not to fall or go backward, while others around me easily strolled forward. My parents and godparents were the bulk of my support system. They, along with a team of psychiatrists, counselors, social workers, and the angels at the Mental Health Foundation, didn't give up on me the times I wanted to give up on myself. They all planted seeds in me to help me develop strong roots leading to independence. Most importantly, I learned to have hope. At my lowest point, I was introduced to sign language, and I was finally able to take baby steps to work part-time and attend college. I moved to Florida and made my way to a successful career working full-time as a sign language interpreter, which introduced me to many friends and made my dreams of a career come true. I volunteered in my church where I met a hard-of-hearing man who later became my husband. I had chances to travel the world and work for large audiences, interpreting theme park shows, concerts, and plays. I was the healthiest I had ever been since I was 15, and I was even off medication for a few years. Then, when I was almost 40, my life took another detour. I was the victim of a drunk driving accident that robbed me of my physical and mental health. My depression and post-traumatic stress disorder were triggered. I was unable to work, and I felt my life was stolen from me, again. I wrestle with the symptoms from my past. Sometimes I cannot do basic daily tasks like get dressed, brush my teeth, or make a phone call. I get overwhelmed easily, freeze, and procrastinate. At times there are many tears, and I deal with guilt and shame while feeling useless. I am back on that treadmill, working hard, but going nowhere. But this isn't where my story ends. I've gone to many lengths to manage my mental illnesses over the decades. As I continue to recover, I've been able to spend more quality time with my family and focus on a new business venture empowering others. I've learned coping techniques and ways to identify my emotions. Prayer is key for me, along with practicing mindfulness and gratitude. I set small goals and celebrate small wins, even if it's a simple task like taking a shower. I prioritize faith, family, and my health first. I have dealt with chronic pain and mental illnesses every day for most of my life, and I always will. Life can still go on. There can still be rainbows after storms. When I cannot control what happens, I challenge myself to control my reaction. Perspective and attitude are everything. I remind myself it can always be worse and there is always hope for a better tomorrow.